I confess that my breakdown between your mother and I has caused emotional unbalance in the family.
Most of the time, I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, they wouldn't be my friend.
Okay, Hunty, so apparently Ashley, the Braxtons' niece, just ripped the lid off a whole vault of family mess and trauma. And now we're all in it. Because Chili, the ex-husbands are coming out ready to spill about every single thing they witnessed in that Braxton household that left them absolutely shook and traumatized. And when these men say the Braxton sisters are carrying generational trauma like it's a designer handbag, they mean that from the bottom of their souls. Even Tony's ex-husband, Carrie Lewis, is giving us a whole masterclass, breaking down exactly how Tony allegedly used her sisters like stepping stones to boost her career. And he's serving us all the tea on why the sisters, especially Tamar and Tawanda, can barely stand to be in the same room together.
Well, Tamar, you had me thinking I was crazy too. I see, you know what? It felt like a surviving Tamar moment. They always talk about how, women is being mentally abused and physically abused. Men get mentally and physically abused too. Cause she just socked me in my jaw before. You feel me? And I'm sure Jeremy and who, or before, and got their head cracked. Okay? And them gas station pills, yeah. You gotta do something to stay afloat,
Now look, every family's got their dysfunctions. We get that. But honey, the Braxtons, they take that mess to a whole other stratosphere. And if we're gonna get into how this sister situation became the absolute disaster that it is today, we gotta go back to the root. Evelyn and Michael Braxton Sr., the parents who started this cycle, when Ashley finally came forward with her truth about one of her auntie's husbands having a completely inappropriate relationship with her. The way the family responded both back then and now, Chili, it told us everything. When this girl was just 16, a literal child, the family put all the blame on her shoulders and started keeping their distance like she did something wrong. Ashley felt so isolated, so abandoned that she moved to a whole entire different country just to escape. And then, after she told her story on TikTok, did the family come through with support? Absolutely not. According to Ashley, out of all her aunties, only Tamar reached out to her.
Now, before anyone says anything, please, let it be known and let it be clear that as I am in this journey and in this process, and as I'm healing and trying to understand all of this stuff, that it feels really good to have a family member behind me.
She liked Ashley's post and reconnected because apparently Tamar had been keeping her distance too while recovering from eerily similar trauma. But hold on, what's the excuse for the rest of these aunties? Nothing. Not a text, not a DM, nothing. You would think that Grandma Evelyn would be horrified about what happened to her granddaughter, but still nothing. Ashley even said her own father, Mikey, sent her a cease and desist letter threatening to sue her if she went public. That is just nasty and vile, period. And what's also telling as hell is that they're way more focused on shutting her up than actually healing and bringing her back into the family. And Ashley ain't even the only one. When Tamar came forward about being inappropriately touched as a kid, her own sisters basically verbally slapped her. They said what Tamar claimed was her truth, but not the truth. We all know that means they don't believe her. They were more pressed about Tamar not calling them first before going public versus actually caring about her trauma.
Well, first of all, I was very disappointed in finding out via social media because our family is closer than that. And to have someone else regurgitate that story to us. Well, or I can only speak for me. Right. But for someone else to tell me the story of something that happened to my own family is very disheartening.
Apart from Tamar, Tracy, and Ashley, there's no telling who else faced similar trauma growing up. But Mama Evelyn may have known about all of this. She never let Tamar publicly name the family member that abused her, protecting the abuser more than her daughter. The sisters got their issues from their mama and dad. Michael Sr. abandoned them after the divorce and married his side piece. Their mom ended up hospitalized, and Toni had to step up as the parent when she was barely grown herself. When she started blowing up in the industry, Toni became responsible for her sisters' careers too.
My sister Tracy is the one who said to me, Toni, when you make it, you can help us come on. So I always try to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life. And I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody.
Toni was competing with legends like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. Now Toni has a beautiful voice, but compared to those powerhouses, she ain't first or second place. So she recruited Tamar to be her secret weapon. It was really Tamar that made Toni sound incredible on those records. Toni had Tawanda as her personal assistant and Trina singing background vocals. But when Tamar started craving her own spotlight, the divide really showed. Their girl group couldn't function because the sisters were always fighting. Then when Tamar got with Vince, he secured them a reality show. Tawanda thought the show would benefit everyone, but Tamar became the breakout star. She got her solo career, spin-offs, and a daytime talk show. According to Tawanda's ex-husband, Andre, that's when the resentment really festered.
You felt guilty because you know how you've been acting. And however, excuse me, let me finish because I let you talk. Thank you. I will.
Continue.
And I will. And I will. And yes. So, and then you decided that, you wanted to say something, like you just couldn't let him say something nice about me.
Do you think you've been the same exact person?
He does.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think that you've
I
been
know
the same?
I'm the same.
I'm asking, do you think that you've been...
I'm answering. I
Okay,
have been
answer
the same
then.
OT.
So you
Tony,
are.
you're not my authority.
So you are.
Nor am I afraid of you. So don't talk to me like that, okay?
Hilarious.
Every time we get together.
Andre says Tawanda and Trina blamed Tamar for their group not succeeding and held on to that bitterness like a full-time job. Tawanda was married to Andre, who didn't work, and she had to work alone for years. It got so bad that Tawanda faced criminal charges for forgery and theft, legal trouble, Hunty, then another case for fraud from her landlord. Tracy had money issues too, and their landlord made an IG post calling Tracy and Kevin Sr. out for not paying rent. But Andre claims Tamar and Toni did help financially sometimes, but it wasn't done in a loving way. Toni acted like a diva, and Tamar had wild mood swings. Both were the most successful, and whenever Tawanda, Tracy, and Trina asked for help, they were treated like servants. Toni and Tamar tore down their sister's self-esteem like they enjoyed having power over them. And Evelyn, she allegedly took sides with Toni and Tamar since they had the money and fame.
Andre's a writer. He basically sits home and writes books, his own books. And he takes care of the kids, which is great. Except for one thing, he's not out selling any of his books, which means I have to take care of the household because he's not bringing any money in.
I don't like some of the things you do, True. Basically, I feel like I married my mother. And I didn't like my mother. I loved her to death. But I didn't like her.
The competitiveness spilled into their marriages too. They could get men to marry them, but couldn't make it work long term. Their mom's bitterness was a major reason none of them had lasting marriages. Tawanda's current boo Sean is clearly there for the perks. She's way more into him than he is into her. Toni had a messy split, and allegedly Birdman swings both ways, which caused issues. Gabe disrespected Trina constantly, and she went straight to another messy relationship with Vaughn. Tamar's been married and divorced 3 times. Tracy forgave Kevin for allegedly having a baby outside their marriage, but when she passed, she left everything to her son and not Kevin, and he's still salty.
I mean, they have love, and look at them. I'm just saying. She's in love. I'm just saying.
You're just saying what?
I'm just saying they have love, and look at them. It's always something, for God's sake.
What do you mean, look?
Every man cheats except for President Obama, because if he cheated, then everybody would have known about it before he was president. That's right. Right.
People are still exposing all the dysfunction in the Braxton family. I'm glad I didn't grow up where parents are untouchable deities. The Braxtons are effed up because of those parents, period. Very few of their issues are black and white. It's all messy. Everyone has valid points, but the root of all their problems, it's Mama E. It's Evelyn. If she would own up, take accountability, and address the harm, it would help heal the family. The more I think about the Braxtons, the more they give off dark, toxic energy. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, fam.
Ashley Braxton said checkmate in real life. Left everything to her son. The cheating husband gets nothing. My girl was moving in stealth mode in complete silence, had the lawyer come and record her final wishes before her health started to decline so that it couldn't be contested. May we all learn and aspire to be Tracy Braxton.